Aquí estamos entrenando David Benavidez, ya regresó al campamento. Un mensaje para David Morrell, que estaba hablando muchas cosas, que iba a noquear a David Benavidez. Estamos listos para noviembre, diciembre, hay que hacer celular. Ojalá tenga huevitos, hay niveles en este negocio. Ojalá que de veras quiera pelear, que no se eche para atrás. David Morrell, te estamos esperando, noviembre, diciembre. Aquí estamos entrenando David Benavidez, ya regresó al campamento. Un mensaje para David Morrell, que estaba hablando muchas cosas, que iba a noquear a David Benavidez. Estamos listos para noviembre, diciembre, hay que hacer celular. Ojalá tenga huevitos, hay niveles en este negocio. Ojalá que de veras quiera pelear, que no se eche para atrás. David Morrell, te estamos esperando, noviembre, diciembre.
I definitely do want to get those fights, and I feel like now I'll have a lot more leverage. And I feel like if I don't get Charlo, Caleb Plant, or Canelo, I think the next best one is David Morrell. You know, so that'll be a fight, and I feel like I could beat all of them no problem. So we're gonna keep trying to push those fights.
As you all heard, the Mexican monster David Benavidez calls out the Cuban sensation, the WBA regular champion David Morrell, to fight next. Couple things both Davids have in common. They are the boogeymen at 168, and they both are Canelo Alvarez mandatories. Obviously, Canelo Alvarez is the WBA super champion, so technically, David Morrell is Canelo mandatory, just like Benavidez is Canelo Alvarez WBC mandatory as well. But the reason why you guys might not be informed on that, and the reason why you guys never heard anyone mention David Morrell's name, is because nobody want to fight him, including his own mandatory rider, who turned down the fight on multiple occasions because everyone knows how talented David Morrell is. Luis Ortiz even said that David Morrell is the best Cuban fighter he have seen in his entire life. Therefore, for David Benavidez to call out David Morrell, that's the most gangster shit I've seen in the sport of boxing for a while. So let me get this straight. Benavidez forced Canelo Alvarez to request the NMF, No Mexican Fighters Witness Protection franchise. Then he was told that Jamal Charlo was the boogeyman. He answered Jamal Charlo call out by putting a date on it, forcing Charlo to surrender and wave the white flag. And just when you thought he was done, he called out the most avoided man in boxing, the biggest boogeyman currently, Demetrius Andrade. He even told Andrade, we don't gotta wait to unify, we can fight right now. And we haven't heard from Andrade since. And if you think he settled there, you absolutely wrong. Now he's calling out David Morrell, the Geron Ennis at 168. Who does that? Let's be real. Benavidez didn't have to call out the dangerous David Morrell. He could have easily ignored him and said, look, this fight is not big enough yet. Let this man get experience and more fights, so on and so forth. But absolutely not. Benavidez is daring to be great on another level, especially when you factor in that Benavidez have $100 million fight lined up with Canelo Alvarez in the near future. If Canelo grows the cojones to fight Benavidez, of course. But Benavidez don't care about none of that. He's daring to be great. That's how much he believes in himself. Forget about the Caleb Plants who's scared to death from Benavidez. This man just called out David Morrell, the Geron Ennis of 168. Who does that? Put some respect on his name. And I'm talking about extra respect because this type of behavior demands respect. Benavidez is the biggest gangster in boxing right now, and that's a fact. I mean, as the A-class boogeyman, David Benavidez could take easy fights and make easy money, easy paydays. However, that's not Benavidez. He only cares about one thing, and that's daring to be great. And that's why he goes out of his way to look for the toughest challenges, from calling out Bivol, Canelo, Charlo, Andrade, and now David Morrell. Forget about Caleb Plant. That's why, win or lose, he will forever have my respect. This is not about winning at this point. This is about daring to be great. If fighters behave like Benavidez, boxing will be the greatest sport in the world. Or I should say, boxing will be back as the biggest sport in the world. Because truly and in all reality, Morrell versus Benavidez should be for undisputed. Because this is the top of quality this fight is. They are both by far the best in the division. They will both beat Canelo Alvarez any given day of the week. That's why for Benavidez to go out of his way to fight the most dangerous guy for nothing, for no title whatsoever, that says a whole lot about Benavidez as a fighter. He is truly the Mexican monster, and all of the Mexican community should support Benavidez. In fact, all of the boxing community should support Benavidez because he's the true definition of a fighter. This ain't none of that Canelo shit. This is that real Mexican shit. The Morales, the Barrera, Oscar de la Hoya top of breed. So to all of the Canelo Alvarez fans, instead of wasting your time on the witness protection champion, y'all should embrace the realest champion from Mexico, David Benavidez, because with or without a belt that Canelo Alvarez stole from him like a thief, Benavidez is still the people's champion. Even without a belt, Benavidez is more of a champion than Canelo Alvarez with all of the belts. But if there's anybody who will answer David Benavidez's call, that's without a doubt David Morrell. So I can't wait to see this fight next. With the facts being laid out, drop your thoughts in the comment section below, subscribe below, and click on the notification bell to be continued on the next episode of Akhi, Akhi TV. Peace, and I'm on to the next one.
Benavidez, and not many guys are lining up to fight him, but why do you feel like you have the perfect recipe and the style to defeat David Benavidez? Not looking past Calvin Henderson, but why do you feel, if you're successful, that you are the perfect fit for David Benavidez?
Bueno, David, primero que nada, Henderson dice que sos el campeón y que entiende completamente por qué te sentís de la manera que te sentís sobre tu confianza para ganar, pero que él también está confiado en que va a arruinarte tus planes a futuro. La pregunta de Rey era, ¿qué te hace sentir a vos, qué te hace pensar que tu estilo se encaja perfectamente con el de Benavidez para poder tener esa pelea sin subestimar ni ver más allá de Henderson?
Right now, like me and my team, my mains, my body, my everything, like I'm focused, my Henderson, like in fighting now, after en Benavidez, pero like tengo ¿cómo se dice? Sé que le puedo ganar a Benavidez porque tengo simplemente todo lo que han peleado con él no tienen. ¿Me entiendes? Es el valor suficiente tenerlo bien puesto para pelear con Benavidez. That's it.
I know I can fight against Benavidez because I have the courage that's necessary to fight against someone like Benavidez. I have the guts, and I'm a champion, and I know I can do it.